Morning students. Yes, first of all, a very great welcome in semester second, right? So first of all, we will introduce the topic as usual. But before moving ahead, I would like to know from you that what does mean breakfast, lunch and dinner, right? So let me explain you. The food that we eat early in the morning, which is in a small amount, it's called breakfast. Then the food we eat in the afternoon is called lunch, and the food we eat in the night is called dinner, right? अभी आप सारे grade first में पढ़ रहे हो, तो you are quite excited about what do you eat in the whole day, right? So that's what we are going to learn today. The first lesson of second semester, lesson number 7, what is for dinner. Let me write this over here. What is for dinner? Now here is the word dinner, right? So the food we eat in the night is called dinner. So before we start, you should open page number 1, and then we will first practice out some words and then we will move out, right? So it's an activity, listen and say aloud. Alright? So yes, words with short E sound. Words with short E sound. E-double-G. Egg. What's that? Egg. G-E-T. Get. H-E-N. Hen. N-E-T. Net. W-E-T. Wet. Y-E-S. Yes. L-E-S-S. Less. And S-E-L-L. Sell. So just repeat after me. Egg. Wet. Get. Yes, hen, less, net, sell. Let's go for a warm-up activity. Imagine that you have filled a bag with potatoes. When you open it later, you find only stones in it. How would you feel? So, let's say you go to the market with your parents to buy vegetables, right? ऐसे समझो कि आप बाजार गए हो vegetables लेने, and there you bought some potatoes, right? Some potatoes you bought. When you come back home, when you open the bag, there are no potatoes. What is there? There are some stones. What will happen? Yes, either you will laugh or you will cry. Simple as that, right? Okay. So this is the story about cunning fox. Fox, you must be knowing. Generally fox is fox is cunning only. If we convert it into Marathi, we can say dhurt kolha. Barabar? So cunning fox. So let's move towards next page. Page number 2. Reading the text. So first of all, I will read out the whole lesson and then I am going to explain it out. Okay? A little hen lives in a small house in a forest. One day, a hungry fox sees the hen. A little hen lives in a small house in a forest. One day, a hungry fox sees the hen. He thinks that he will catch the hen and cook her for dinner. When the hen comes close, the fox catches her. He puts her into a sack and ties it up. He begins to run home. The sack is heavy. The fox sits down to rest and falls asleep. The hen has a sharp knife. She cuts a hole in the sack and jumps out. She puts big stones into the sack and runs home. The fox wakes up. He picks up the sack and goes home. He puts some water to boil in a pot. The fox holds the sack over the boiling water. The stones falls in. The hot water splashes and burns the fox. The fox promises never to trouble the hen again. Okay, a very hilarious kind of a story. And as usual, we have gone through so many stories where we learn that fox is a, cunning fox. It's always a cunning one, right? So in this story also we will learn something about fox and a hen. This is the story which include two things, not things actually, two animals, fox and a hen. Okay? Alright, so let's go by lines, one by one. I'm going to explain over here. A little hen lives in a small house in a forest. Hen क्या होता है? क्या होता है hen? Hen, you know, right? So a little hen lives in a small house in a forest. So एक little hen होती है जो एक forest में रह रही होती है. One day, a hungry fox sees the hen. One day, a hungry fox sees the hen. एक fox होता है जो, उसको भूख लगी हुई होती है, and he got to see hen, right? He thinks that he will catch the hen and cook her for dinner. He thinks that he will catch the hen and cook her for dinner, like how we do. How many of you are non-vegetarian? Okay, you might not understand it, but yes, आप सब में कितने लोग नॉन-वेज खाते हैं? नॉन-वेज पता है? Eating fleshes, eating hen, right? Eating goat. Alright, so non-vegetarian means those who eat, which is not veg, means flesh, right? Alright, not an issue, you understand, you are that clever. So, we often have hen at the weekend. Saturday and Sunday we have a chicken, right? So that's what fox also thinks, that he will have that hen. He will get her, he will cook her, right? And cook her for a dinner. Okay. When the hen comes close, the fox catches her. So जब वो hen पास में आती है, तो fox उसे पकड़ लेता है. The fox catches her. He puts her into a sack. He puts her into a sack. Sack सबके पास होती है, bag, right? Bag. So he puts her into a sack. You can see even in the picture, page number 2. Okay. Now you must be thinking that page number 2 we are not getting, it's a part 2. Right? IMAX. Textbook. Grade first. Okay. So when the hen comes closer, the fox catches her and he puts her into a sack. He puts her into a sack and ties it up. वो सैक में डाल के हेन को, जब हेन पास में आती तो फॉक्स उसे पकड़ लेता है, वो सैक में डाल के ऊपर से टाई कर देता है, बांध देता है, राइट? He begins to run home. The sack is heavy. Heavy मतलब वजनदार, right? The fox sits down to rest and falls asleep. The fox sits down to rest and falls asleep. Fox क्या करता है, और वो दौड़ रहा होता है. So after running a lot, he is like tired. How is he? He is like tired a lot. So he sits under the tree. Okay. And fall asleep. And then he falls asleep. वो सो जाता है because वो बहुत टायर्ड हुआ होता है, इतनी सारी हेवी सैक लेके वो दौड़ रहा होता है. So of course he was tired. The hen has a sharp knife. The hen, which one was catched by the fox. उसके पास में एक नाइफ होता है, नाइफ धारदार चाकू, right? She cuts a hole in the sack and jumps out. ये hen क्या करती है? उसके पास में जो नाइफ है उससे वो सैक कट करके उसमें से जंप कर बाहर आ जाती है. वो तो छूट गई, राइट? She puts a big stone into the sack and runs home. She, takes out a big stone and puts into the sack. So this fox will think that hen is inside only. Are you getting that? Instead of her place, she puts some stones inside. So the fox will think that there is a hen inside, right? She puts big stone into the sack and runs home. The fox wakes up. The fox wakes up. He picks up the sack and goes home. The fox wakes up. He picks up the sack and goes home. So the fox who was sleeping, fox जो सो रहा था वो उठ जाता है और वो बैग लेके he start going home. Right? He puts some water to boil in a pot. He puts some water to boil in a pot. The fox holds the sack over the boiling water. So, once he goes home, to cook the hen or to cook the chicken, of course you will have to boil the water. पानी गर्म करना पड़ेगा, right? So, उसके लिए एक इसमें वो पानी डाल देता है पॉट में, राइट, गर्म करने के लिए. एंड द फॉक्स होल्ड्स द सैक ओवर द बॉइलिंग वाटर. और वो जो सैक है वो बॉइलिंग, जो वाटर बॉइल हो रहा है उसके ऊपर वो सैक पकड़ता है ताकि सैक में जो है वो सीधा पानी में गिरे और वो उसका कुक हो सके, राइट, अच्छे से वो पानी के साथ घुल मिलकर देन ही कैन ईट, मीन्स आफ्टर कुकिंग, राइट. So he does like that, but what happens is there is no hen, as we know, because what hen did, hen comes out and put a stone instead of her, right? So when he holds a sack like this on the boiling water, what happens is instead of hen, the big stone falls down in the boiling water. Since stones falls in the boiling water, the hot water, the water which was already, hot because it was boiling, it comes out, it splashes out and burns the fox. वो गर्म पानी अंदर स्टोन डालने के बाद में बाहर आ जाता है और फॉक्स के पूरे बॉडी के ऊपर आ जाता है, तो उसको जल जाता है. Got it? The fox promises never to trouble the hen again. तब से फॉक्स प्रॉमिस कर देता है कि यहां से आगे कभी भी hen को ट्रबल नहीं करना है, परेशान नहीं करना है. I hope you understood this story, right? I hope you understood this story about cunning fox and hen. It is not that difficult, it's quite easy. Okay? Well, we will go through some difficult words. Forest, jungle. Dinner, as I told you, the food we eat in the night is called dinner. The food we eat in the afternoon is a lunch. And the small amount of food we eat in the morning is a breakfast. Got it? Well, sack, you all have a sack, pack. Right? There are types of bags. Out of these, one is called sack, right, which has a something to hold over here, right. Then sharp knife. Sharp, if we convert this word into Marathi, sharp is like dhardar, right, chura. Yes, boiling water, garam hua pani, and splashes out. It bursts out, it comes out. जो fox के ऊपर चला गया and fox got burned, right. So this is what the story of cunning fox and a hen, right? Let's go through some question answers which are given on the page number 2. Page number 2 के ऊपर let us discuss में 2 questions पूछे हैं that we will solve out. Where does the little hen live? Where does the little hen live? So the answer is in the first line only. A little hen lives in a small house in a forest. First line. A little hen lives in a small house in a forest. What does the fox do when the hen comes close? What does the fox do when the hen comes close. Third line or third para, you can say, when the hen comes close, the fox catches her. He puts her into a sack and ties it up. So your homework is page number 3. You are supposed to write a new words. And yes, if you have any questions, queries, do message me. You can ask me your questions. Ask me 100 times. I am ready to explain and answer. Understood? So let's go through some new words. Cunning, clever at playing tricks. धूर्त म्हणतो की नाही आपण मराठीमध्ये. लबाड कोल्हा. बरोबर? मराठीत गोष्टी असतात. लबाड कोल्हा. So that's cunning, धूर्त, शातीर. Right? Clever at playing tricks. Forest, a place with many trees and animals. Dinner and evening meal. As I told you, evening or a night. Meal, jevan. बरोबर? Sack, a large bag used for carrying things. Heavy, something that has a lot of weight. Sharp, having an edge or point that can easily cut things. Boiling, very hot. Splashes, splashes. When water falls with a sound. When it bursts, it comes out. Right? That splashes. Right? So, if you have any questions, queries, do ask me. We are going to solve together. Right? Alright, fine. So, just let me know if you have understood this story. Alright? Thank you.